They let it through though. Yeah. For the lone druid to have a good lane, which has not happened. So now they're probably regretting that decision.
I mean, from my perspective, when you know the players and you know the teams and you know what Amar has played in this tournament, how good he is at Doom, how good it is against everything else, I just don't think the risk reward is good enough of putting Satanic on an unplayed hero to try to deal with it. Now, obviously, oh, hang on. Amar will get jumped here.
Yes, he will. And he is triple teamed now. Quadruple if you count the bear. Global silence. Amar gets rooted though, and he's going to tick out, and Snake King likely will do the same. Forcing out the egg, so can't get that kill. That ends up being a double for Paravision for Satanic to get back into respectable amounts of farm.
That was a perfect level up timing for Ducalis as well. From the first kill, he gets the egg. Otherwise, Silencer would have killed him for sure. So, a nice move. Paravision get something going their way there, courtesy of Monkey King, who also
spot crit now. Is the duo supports for Paravision, hounding the Rubik as TP coming in. Nice telekinesis though. Fire Spirit's going to be dodged, and there's Malrine to try to equalize this a bit. It'll be a trade for supports, if not more, as no one shows up as well against Snake King. It's mid lane versus supports on two sides here, as attempted neutral creep deny is successful for 9 class.
Raindrop? Oh, it doesn't proc there. Okay. It doesn't do enough damage, I see, with the level 2 tick.
Skeeter better be careful here. Spirit Vessel applied to him. Necro has the scythe.
He's dead if he scythes here. He just needs to press it.
Needs the vision. Fade time. Another death pulse. He can follow that anywhere, and that is a big kill for SSS now.
This is why they picked it. This matchup is very, very good. Paravision do stabilize again here.
No one's got a shield. He is A-okay.
By the way, in that previous fight, I think Crit just played it almost borderline perfectly. It's like his movement, he was dodging Fire Spirits, he got the lift mid-air on the Monkey King, he got off absolutely everything he had to give Falcons a good trade there. He is playing very well today on this Rubik. Clearly warmed up for when it matters most. Still 1k lead all in all for Pari. They've taken the first tower of the game down bottom, unsurprisingly, in the Necro lane. Now, question is if you can keep this pressure up on the Tiny. They're going to try to. This time they won't have Scythe though, and there is backup inbound.
Yes, there is. 9 class are going to go on top of Skeeter. Malrine takes out a courier first. The global silence comes out, so Skeeter should be fine now. The Astral Step, the egg place as well. 9 class in the midst of this, he turns into the soldier, focusing on the egg. They do not get him actually. Ducalis pops at the last millisecond, and this is disaster for Falcons. They lose 3, and Amar now being chased will have to Doom in retreat. Definitely not getting that kill. Amar getting hounded now by the Monkey King. It is a support though. 9 class maybe biting off a little bit too much. Scorched Earth might be able to finish the job, but the Sun Rays there, not enough to heal him out. But Amar gets baited into getting that kill, so that means no one picks up yet another.
Damn.
A 4 for 1.
That supernova going off means everything for Pari.
Thought for sure they had killed the egg. That was as close as it gets.
Yeah, if Doom had a drum, they would have killed it, but Amar's going Radiance, so unfortunately, a crucial moment where that one item that Doom's by a lot of the time, but not Amar, would have helped a lot. Yeah, this is the worst case scenario for Falcons, right? Is you're trying to kill the egg and you just barely don't. It's infinitely worse than just running away.
As they get the scythe onto Malrine now, so Paravision just continuing the pressure here.
All right,
5k lead, looking good, and this is buying space for Satanic.
I was getting worried for them, I have to say, a few minutes ago, but they picked it up in a big way. Now they're accelerating the game super hard, and this you need to just force the just bring numbers and be super strong playing around the right heroes. That's exactly what they're doing. So feels like a game where so far Satanic hasn't really had to do all that much, and that's good news because he had a bad start.
Yeah.
Are you going to see the replay here? Look at the they just have some really bad heroes for destroying it, right? Oh my god.
That was projectile on the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Falcons, a little bit of bad luck there. Paravision taking full advantage, and now they have a good grasp on this game. 9 class scouting out some more supports in the triangle here, but he is spotted out in turn as well. Fire Spirits from Crit. 9 class can't get off the Wukong, so something for Falcons as a little bit of brain drain for Snake King now.
Now, we've seen other games from Falcons where they played this Amar Doom going Radiance, the other 2 games that is. And I liked it in both games because of the overall flow of the game. Oh, hang on, we'll wait with that.
That's
Let's
a
see.
lot of effort to try to kill a Phoenix. He might be able to get the egg off. It's going to be close.
They can't
Doesn't
kill
even
him.
need it. So global silence down now. And Falcons just getting worked at every single angle, it looks like.
This is
Malrine
very awkward.
That's the Astral, but he just goes into the scythe. As SSS with his 3rd of the game.
He has a Lotus now. So he didn't go for the wraps, he went Lotus, which is obviously amazing against Silencer. I think that's just specifically targeted itemization here. It's also good against Doom. Yeah, they can really, really play this timing super aggressively. And that's Falcons' problem. In games that they lose, when they're off to a bad start like this and they start getting cornered, they don't get to play their greedy style. That's why I would have liked to see, as Crit is going to die here, I would have liked to see a different build from Amar this game. I think this is just too greedy. The other Doom games that he bought it, I liked it because of the pace and the matchups.
To be fair, he got a triple kill, Cinder.
Right. And I get it, because you're in the mindset of, oh wow, I'm getting a freebie, but the risk reward in this game compared to the other games he's had, it's just very, very costly when things go wrong. And it's more likely because you look at the enemy lineup and what they're trying to do. Maybe if you itemized a little bit heavier into the early fights and being stronger right now, it could have paid off. But we'll see. He is also, the other thing, he's building to scale and to try to kind of carry the game, but his hero is not as invulnerable as has been in other games because he can get scythed, right? That's always going to be a threat. If you don't Doom the Necro, your hero also, for the entirety of the game, is just bad against Lone Druid, because when Lone Druid gets agged, he's never going to be there. It's just the bear, and you can't Doom the bear. Yes, you can Infernal Blade it. It's good damage, but it's still going to overwhelm you. So it's still a very respectable Radiance timing, to be honest. I mean, he's 6-3, so checks out that he will have this at 16
Yep, we'll see if it pays off.
High risk, high reward. That's Amar.
Crit, dead.
Yep.
Nope, no scythe though.
They're gonna save it for bigger targets.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like this scaling is not even that good.
Pari
It used to be a lot better initially.
The passive moves are- I'm not gonna call them irrelevant, but they really don't matter that much. Unlike something like Finger of Death, where there's actually a lot of merit to fingering kills that are guaranteed just to get it stronger for later. I feel like these charges
Game 1 နိုင်တဲ့သူ game 2 ရှုံးမှထင်တာ
kind
ပဲ
of
ဆိုပြီးတော့
whatever.
game 1က
Agreed.
ပဲကိုနိုင်သွားတယ်အဲ့တော့
Which is a little sad.
Pari ချထားတယ်ဗျဘလို့ဆိုတော့အချိန်ကောင်းနေတယ်ပေါ့နော်
Yeah.
Everybody loves these stacking stats. You know, we got Fish for Tidehunter now. Maybe you could make something similar for Necro if something drops on the ground. What would it be though?
Rotten fish. Yeah.
Putrid. I think he uses that word, the voice lines, right?
It does. Little, I don't know. Not sure what Necro would eat. Probably Wendy's.
What? I mean, that's not the worst.
All right.
The worst is Burger King.
Okay.
Real.
ဟုတ်တယ်ကြီးတာ
Really bad. It's funny, we give these opinions and then people say, no way, I loved it. It depends on location. US, I'm telling you, Burger King is the worst. It's objective truth here. And yeah, this is an 80% win rate for Paravision. I see that.
Yeah, I could see it, but it's not an... It's for sure, it's a very good game state for their lineup, but they still need to convert it. The thing that makes this, in my eyes, still a somewhat challenging game to win is forcing the right types of fights consistently and not slipping up a single time. This one will be another kill onto Crit, who's now 0-6. Very much being pressured in this game. Trying to deal with... He's effectively on trash duty. Somebody has to push out bottom.
Somebody has to die.
And they're putting a low-value hero down here who can do it. Silencer is too bad at wave clear, so they're going to let Rubik go. And if he gets ganked for the 6th time, so be it. Because this tower needs to stand. Because in that... If he keeps being a lightning rod, the heroes that need to scale are actually finding the farm. So this is very much by design.
Has his shard, so he can start farming a bit.
Yep.
Necro also with Death Seeker, as we already saw.
Yeah. Now,
top net worth in the game on SSS as well.
yeah, the problem with this Vessel on Malrine is that the
No one. Aether Remnant into the Doom. Do they even need it? They will use it. Lotus does reflect it, but
nice
I think they're going to get the Phoenix anyway. So a nice double kill here for
ပြရတာ
Falcons.
ဖြစ်လာတာဖြစ်လာဦးတင်တယ်ကျွန်တော်
They
တော့
can make these moves. They have pairings, they have lockdown.
အခုချိန်ဆိုဘယ်လောက်ဖွင့်နေလဲ50ကျော်တွေဖွင့်လောက်တယ်
I didn't
50ကျော်တွေ
realize
အကုန်
no
ဖွင့်
one
လောက်တယ်
also had the Lotus, so double Lotus
Yeah.
for Paravision.
They need items against Global Silence,
Yeah,
and
go on,
I
Theo,
understand
then.
completely why they're buying it. But the problem is once you get Doom,
Yeah,
it
go on, they're
doesn't
name
really
all the
matter
shit.
if
Swear
you're
sword,
reflected
right,
in
go
that
on.
situation.
Yeah.
You
တော့
just
သွားမှာ
can't
ပဲ
get out
ပွဲ
and Doom will
ပွဲ
survive.
ကြားလိုက်တာ
Double
ဂျွေးရှင်း
Lotus
ကိုပါ
and
ကီးကိုပါ
Yules
ပဲ
for
လာမှာ
Ducalis, so 3 dispels so far.
ဒီကလည်း50ကျော်လောက်ကသွား
It
မှာ
does mean you're going to make Silencer a lot worse, but at the same time, he's also really forcing you to invest heavily into suboptimal items, right? It's like you don't really want to buy this. So how big is this 2K lead when the items are countering Global Silence?
That's a good point.
I'm not quite sure how meaningful this really is. It's a total no-brainer to buy it on Necro. I will say you just have to get that item this game. You're against Vessel on Void Spirit, which you make worse. You're against Global, so you have to buy it. The Quap, I think there's a world where this is just not the right build.
Oh, you'd rather see BKB or something? Because you're not going to go Lotus. Are you going to go Lotus and BKB?
I think this game's really hard to play without BKB, no?
Yeah, it's true. And it's Malrine able to snipe the regen rune. He's going to take a sonic wave for his efforts, though, as Roche trying to catch up to him. Shadow Strike applied. Boundless Strike not going to be there. Malrine running away, takes out eventually to no one.
I really thought the regen was going to keep him alive, but...
Did he pop it?
Yeah, immediately. It was still not enough. He was even trying, he emptied his bottle too, trying to tick, heal between ticks, but still not enough. I had him out there, but nice kill for Pari, just barely.
I mean, looking at the net worth, we're used to seeing Void Spear on the bottom of the cores.
Yeah, it's very bottom.
It's a very big discrepancy, though.
Oh yeah, there's a Lone Druid in the game. He's going to take the Tormentor. And we'll give the shard to 9 class. He's going to be very happy about that. Super valuable for the way he plays this support. Monkey King very much gives you additional plays in terms of movement, just being slippery and annoying. Currently for him, it's Essence Distiller into the Treads. Monkey King is a very cool 4 in terms of itemization. There's just so many build paths. A lot of the time we see 9 class go for like Urn builds, and sometimes you see Orchid, sometimes you see Mage Slayer, which I would argue could actually be pretty good this game for the Monkey King to buy. You know, Mage Slayer against, say, the Void Spirit, plus 1 more hero on the same stun. That could be nice.
Oh, they get the Doom off. Amar from the tree line.
He's just dead.
Lotus too late.
This matchup is just so awful.
Balance Strike is theirs. Maybe they can turn this around onto a kill onto Amar. Obviously, the Necro's already dead. Wukong's command coming, but there's the Global Silence and the initiation from Malrine. They're going to find a secondary support kill potentially as Ducalis dives into the trees. Amar not done yet. He has that Radiance. And they get the Fate Bolt kill from Crit. So 3 and out for Falcons as Skeeter running into no one. They don't have the Doom here, so Avalanche toss. The damage is 4 dead. Just walks into death, not expecting the Shadow Blade.
That really hurts to watch. That was effectively Parivision just...
Their whole lead.
I mean, it's not just... It's like save a friend syndrome, but the friends were already dead when they got there. It's like... There was no way you're saving the Necro. Then you're trying to fight into Doom who still has BKB. He didn't even... I mean, Amar didn't even have to use the BKB. Now they're going to lose the Bear too. And the worst death out of all of those in my eyes is just no one. Why is he there? His teammates just died.
I can't believe
nothing
he has 16
offer.
brain drains?
Yeah.
How? They're doing so. He has 12 assists.
Yeah. You get 2.
He has 1 kill, 12 assists. So 13 out of the 15 kills Snake King's been involved in. That is insane.
Yeah, Silencer in the right game can get very involved, and this is one of them, because what's his bad matchup here? It's the Monkey King, nothing else. And the Monkey King is a support. I guess Lone Druid can also be a bit dicey, but let's be honest, in the games that we've watched so far, Lone Druid isn't really in the game. He's just in the jungle.
Yeah, the Bear is the hero.
The Bear becomes the hero with Eggs, which he has finally got now. So now Lone Druid is a bad matchup, but the first 20 minutes is kind of whatever. Okay, even game in terms of gold. This is where Parivision need to be very careful not to drop the ball further than they already have.
Crit Well, we've seen this a time or two. There is a TP coming in from Skeeter. Satanic's Bear in a bit of peril, especially with this avalanche coming, not even needing it. Actually, the Sunray is actually healing up quite a bit, and now Snake King will be the first to fall.
哎呀，帮回路了，
Now,
我来的。
in the midst of all this, wants to snipe the Bear. He will get it. Is it going to cost him his life? The Reaper Scythe comes out.
哎，我
And it ends up being enough as SSS gets the double kill. Skeeter takes a scream of pain. Into the base he goes. Shadow Strike.
2ချက်လောက်လိုသေးတယ်
Enough
မသေးတော့
damage? No.
Not
Should
quite.
be good to go. Yeah,
Ah,
the
Ranger
Rainbow
away, yeah,
definitely
yeah.
helping his cause there.
Nice play from Pari Vision to press the issue here. Global Silence on cooldown. Amar arrives too late, so doesn't get to use the Doom. That was finally something good for them once again to keep things in check on the Pari side.
14မိနစ်39ခေါက်တောင်းမှာပဲ90ကျော်လောက်ကတဲ့နော်
I feel like
အခုချိန်လောက်ဟိုအရောင်ဖွင့်နေ
the
လောက်
execution required
အဲ့ဒါခွန်နေပါရောင်ဖွင့်မလားမသိဘူးဒီက
It's hard to play quickly.
Linky.
Now on Amar. Well, way to make me look like a fool. This Radiance has paid off. So, just a little lesson for you guys out there. Just always go for the greedy builds. Just not Midas, though. Midas is not a greedy
Okay,
build.
hold on
Midas
a second
is a griefy
here.
build.
Hold on a second.
Okay.
Is there not a single target spell other than Reaper Scythe? Because Shadow Strike is AoE now.
With Ags, yeah.
ဘယ်ကင်းပဲပဲကြိုက်တယ်
there's
ပါရီ
nothing.
ဗီရှင်
That's
ပေါ့
crazy. This is
So-
such a good Linken's game.
Yeah, the
You
only
have to
thing...
use an item.
Yeah, they have Yules. That's their only way.
That's crazy. You don't see that very often.
Yeah, true that. Excellent purchase. I think they should buy more of them, maybe. I wouldn't mind seeing a Lincoln's. I know this might sound crazy, but I actually think you can buy Lincoln's on Tiny this game, which
Really?
you basically never see. But for the reason you just gave, it's kind of interesting as an idea, right?
Yeah.
Worst case scenario, you're forcing the enemy team to buy a Lincoln's Breaker, and who's going to buy? I guess the Bear. Maybe it's too bad when the Bear can just buy one somewhat cheaply, like a Lincoln or a Diffusal or whatever. He's actually buying that regardless. So you know what? I take it back. Don't buy it on Tiny, but I like it on Doom.
All right. Satanic's Bear. Well,
Yeah.
He runs into most of Falcon's heroes and is going to die. Dive in from Ducalis actually uses his egg because the Fire Spirit's hitting, so now Falcons have to run away.
Yeah, fortunately there's no stun, so they just run away.
Snake King,
No
though,
Snake.
will fall. Looking for the reinitiation. Skeeter and Amar thinking about it.
Malrine from the top left, fishing here. I was going to see them. Oh, he's jumping into the Remnant randomly there. 9 class, but has the shard.
Overhype that. Good jump.
Well, if he didn't have the shard, that would have been really dicey. So good for him that he got that from the Tormentor.
It's French today.
Yeah. Tormentor.
We need
တော်တော် Asian ရဟာလူက
cosmetics for the Torment. Let's turn into a baguette.
ဝယ်ရတယ်ကြည့်ကြ
Baguette.
Yeah. And it's French.
Oh, I see. I was like, that's a very random thing to turn the Tormentor into. At least you had a reason for it.
All right, into the pit, Paravision goes, and you can see Falcons are spread across the map, so this looks to be a freebie.
ရင်း
You could
ရ
turn
င်း
the
လေးပဲ
Tormentor
15ပဲ
into
ရှိတယ်
certain
နော်
action slacks.
It just screeches at the top
The
of his
real
lungs.
life Tormentor.
ရူဘစ်တောင်14ဖြစ်နေ
There's
14
the
တော့
refusal
ဟို
for
16တော့ရောက်သွား
Satanic.
Yeah. It's gonna finish this into a disperser immediately as his next build up. This is a nice pickup. I'm assuming do you give this one to the Queen or to Necro? It will be Queen, okay. You want to use this very aggressively.
been
You
ages.
want Quap to blink in and soak damage because now she is a very unappealing Doom target. So this is good for Pari. This bot tower is dead. Don't think Falcons are interested in any business down here. Just gonna delay it. Be annoying. I guess they'll get the deny. Amar, no?
No,
Okay.
not interested.
Never mind. Gonna get
Big
scouted.
game Pari
Eden
time.
Cradle,
Pari chạy để đi.
actually misses the boundless strike. Amar with a good juke. Still has the BKB. Not going to be forced to use it. The Lincoln's is pop. There's no one taking ton of damage.
Oh, they want you just got
life
it.
number 1 already. As Nightcat comes in with
Ah,
the
maar
Blue Box
dat
command,
gaat
but to little effect.
Yeah, this was not what I meant with how to use the Aegis, just for the record.
Oh, really?
I don't
Okay.
think that was great. Oh, snaking. Well,
Found
not
a bear.
really a fair fight
No.
against the lone druid. Satanic will grab that kill.
What do you even buy against that? Like, even if you get a Ghost Scepter, you just... Ghost Scepter TP, you get feared.
Yeah, and he is buying Disperser too for the Dispel. I mean, the best item against the lone druid bear a lot of the time is Shadow Blade. Then the bear has
What
some
about
protection.
Amulet?
Well, that's part of the Shadow Blade.
Just Amulet.
Just him to just stand there until
Supports,
it runs out, you know.
Yeah, I know. Well, how long is it now? It's like 8 seconds.
It's not that
10
long,
seconds.
is it? I never know this because this item's just so bad.
Yeah, we used to love seeing it when people would grief the game.
3.5.
You're kidding.
It's so shit.
That is garbage. Oh my god.
No one.
Skater gonna get some help rather for the global silence. Gets to the other side of the wall.
ရရအောင်ဘောင်းနဲ့ strike ကလိုက်ရရ
Mar coming to play. Level 20 now on the Doom. Not opting for a blink dagger yet.
He almost has eggs. He was having such a bad game, dying so much. He's just been chilling. He's just farming it up. All right. What does he want to steal here? Reaper Scythe, obviously. It's an incredible steal. Sonic Wave.
I mean,
I mean, probably just want Sonic and Dagger.
You just want to be co-op.
Sonic and Shadow Strike.
Yeah. Get your own bear. You know what happens if you steal bear, you put an item on the bear? What happens?
And then you lose the bear.
Yeah, you lose the bear, the spell entirely. Then let's say you get it again. Do you keep that item?
I don't know. This sounds like something Valve did not test for and something that will cause issues.
Let's crash that server.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that one.
I think that you would keep the item on the bear.
I wonder if the spell is still stealable after it was changed to the spell that Lone Druid starts with.
I mean, it should be. It's a castable spell.
Yeah, there's so many should be's with Rubik, Shannon. We've talked about this. There's so many should be or shouldn't be's, and they are.
Fair.
And aren't. You feel me?
Aren't?
Aren't.
Ducala's going for a sheepstick. Wow.
Yeah, they don't have catch. Somebody's got to buy it. I think it's a good purchase. Phoenix is also one of the better heroes to buy this item on in general. All right, Skater trying to win against the bear. He's successfully going to send it out from his bottom wave.
လူပိအာဂနာပါတယ်နှစ်ခုကိုရတယ်
Now
ဘယ်နှစ်ခွက်ကိုလို့ရ
from Pari Vision.
အားကြောင့်ခုနကဟိုစင်ဒရီကတွတ်နေတာဘာတွေခိုးမလဲတဲ့တေးကြတယ် river side ခိုးမယ်တဲ့
Falcons going. They are
ကိုကြီးပိုင်းတာခိုးမယ်
satanic.
တဲ့ sonen way ခိုးမယ်တဲ့
They know where he is because, well,
Supernova maybe ရကောင်းရနိုင်
is
တယ်
this hero
ကိုကုန်း
worth?
command ရမယ်
Mar. Speaking of ganks, the bear
He's
is gonna go down once. Tempted TP. Amar.
ဒီကောင်ဝတ်ထုတ်တာကိုခိုးလို့ရမလားရလောက်တယ်နော်ဟီရိုရှိရတယ်ဆို
Keep in mind, you can Reaper heroes.
What told that
that
to you,
are
Shin?
TP,
Just
by
cool
the way.
strikes.
They don't get stunned, but they take damage. Half, right? They take the...
Yep.
So this has gone through different phases. There was one point where you couldn't Reaper BKB heroes at all. Then there was a point where you could Reaper BKB heroes and stun them, but deal
ပြီးတော့
nothing.
ဒီကောင်အာဂနန်ရသွားတာဖြစ်တဲ့အတွက်ကြောင့်
Where it doesn't
အဲ
stun.
တခြား spell တွေခိုးလို့ရှိရင်အာဂနန် effect တွေပါလာ
Skeeter in a bit of trouble. Egg is placed actually. As Skeeter now will be able to silver edge away, but
ဟိုသူခိုးလိုက်တဲ့ကောင်ကအာဂနန် scepter ရှိတယ်ဆိုတော့ဥပမာ Queen of Pain ဆိုအာဂနန် scepter ရှိတယ်အဲ့တော့ဒီကောင်ရဲ့ shadow strike က AoE ဖြစ်သွားတယ်
Bear not far
အဲသိတယ်မလားအဲ့တော့ဒီကောင်မှလည်းအခုအာဂနန် scepter ရှိသွားပြီဖြစ်တဲ့အတွက်ကြောင့် shadow strike ကိုဒီကောင်ခိုးလို့ရှိရင် ဒီကောင်ရဲ့ shadow strike မှာအာဂနန် effect ပါလာမယ်အဲအဲ့လိုမျိုးဖြစ်မယ်
I feel like the original version was the piercing stun. Did
Yeah.
you take it in the correct order, or you just picked a random order?
ဒီကောင်မှာအပြန်ကြောင်းထည့်ထားတာ Queen of Pain တစ်ကောင်လည်းရှိရတယ်
Not pierce
ဟုတ်လား
initially.
The original Necro ult was a Pierce.
Yeah.
Yeah. It stunned, but it did not deal damage through BKB.
Yeah.
Which meant essentially it was kind of like a TP cancel mostly. Some rare occasions it was nice to stun the hero, but obviously you kind of won the damage component of this.
Oh my! Satanic's bear goes down to
Yeah.
good old the right clicks from Snake King.
Yep.
Yeah, has to wait on the bear a bit, but
Wait, do you steal int from the bear? I actually didn't notice.
I doubt it. Well, it is a hero now. I guess he should be able to. Does the bear have int?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does.
I don't see why you wouldn't. All right, so free Tormentor for Paravision, number 2. Shard goes to... I don't even know what this does.
သူ
Is
ကြီး
this
က
fetch or
32 ကောင်
something?
32မိနစ်မှာအောင် 40
Wait, when you get the shard from Tormentor on loan, do you get which one do you get? Do you get both?
Does he have both?
He has it on his
Oh.
his hero, and then
Would he have purchased that? I don't know how that works.
I think he bought his own. I guess the bear got it, right? I don't think he bought fetch.
So the bear is considered part of the net worth.
I don't know how this works, man. This hero is just so weird. It's just so weird. But yeah, now he has fetch, which is effectively a mini lasso.
Yeah.
So he can grab an ally, enemy, or rune and pull them toward Lone Druid.
Channeling? I actually haven't seen it.
It's not channeling, I think.
Ducalis, Avatost, dead. It's not channeling.
No, I mean the bear grabs you and then it can run.
I see.
It can run with you. It can move quite far with it. The bear's very fast. Oh,
Lonru
Amar.
ရဲ့ရှက်
This
ကို
is
ရှင်း
a
ပြ
very unexpected attack angle.
Yep,
Oh,
jump
he was
in.
fast
The
enough though.
Lincoln's not there in time, or the Lotus rather.
Oh, he didn't?
That's
No,
gonna be
they're
dead
going, no?
Necro again. The Doom just too much to handle. Gonna go for this bear as well, and they have the numbers and they have the kill.
I really thought SSS got the Lotus off in time. That was super close to a reflected Doom, which would have made a difference there, I think. Not sure Amar would have been able to kill him without the additional Infernal Blades and the chase down potential. But once again, a very nice attack
ဒီ
angle
ဒီဘက် play off တွေမှာချလိုက်တာ
from the back,
ကောင်းလားမကောင်း
linking onto him.
Still has the speed creep, by the way. Do you think he's just gonna keep that the whole game?
He did that. I think
ဒီ
he's
ဘက်ဆို
either
နီ
done
ဂရိုဖို
that-
ရောက်ပါဦးလား
Did he have it last game too? No, he had Congregations of the Deep last game, right? But in game 1 of Lone Druid that we
Ah,
watched,
yeah, offlane
the,
elo
the
siya.
first game he played it, he had the speed creep the whole game. It is very good. 12% move speed aura.
Do you think the Centaur Stomp, which we used to see all the time, is that too slow of a cast time for like Necro to get Lotus off?
It's too slow of a cast time, and it's been less appealing ever since you've had Infernal Blade. Right? The time that you used to mainly take the Centaur was before Infernal Blade.
What does that mean before Infernal Blade?
Doom didn't used to have that ability. That's when you were always running the Centaur, so you could stun.
Yeah, okay, sure, but
I'm not saying you never ran it after. I'm just saying it's less important.
there was like a 2-year period where Centaur Stomp
that's
was
got
the
big AV.
only ability that he would take, and
that's when you also had
Infernal Blade was, yeah, absolutely. This is like semi-recent. It's like 2 years ago.
I'm just trying to think of like the stun numbers and the attack speed and stuff, right? Because obviously all of these things matter.
I think they made the Stomp worse. That's part of it, and they made the other creeps better in general with that huge rework to neutrals.
I don't remember the chain of how things happened, and it also matters what Doom's attack speed is, right?
Yeah, true.
So if you have really good attack
Yeah,
speed, then
no,
Infernal Blade becomes increasingly reliable as a way of setting off the
9
Doom.
class, he's gonna pop some smokes here. Malrine has the shield rune. Can be dispersered off though, and it's going to. So now he's back to normal amount of HP. There's a global science, so the Skeeter gets in the stun onto the Necro, getting blown up very low. Gets off the Ghost Scepter just in time, healing up now as a result with the urn as well. Gets off the Death Pulse, will live for the time being, but Amar's eventually going to chase
so
him down.
what you
Takes
ဖြစ်နေတာ
one,
ပဲ
gets
အဲ့
Necro
Negro
in
ကြီး
the
อ่ะ
end, and Amar stealing the
အာမမလုံးနိုင်မကိုင်းနိုင်နဲ့
on the bear, really.
သုံးချက်
Takes an Infernal Blade for his troubles as well, and now the Telekinesis keeps Amar safe. The bear will fall yet again.
wallet sure
How does he even have inventory space for a dust on the bear?
Yeah,
at this
ဆန်းနေ
point?
တာကောင်း
That's
ရ
the thing. He's gonna not have that anymore. When he gets his next item, he's gonna replace the branch.
This is the second bear. If they can somehow get this, that would be a pretty big deal.
Yeah, we'll
Nice
switch
Aether
out, right?
Remnant finding 9 class. Sunray's going to keep him healthy for now. Not for long, though. Satanic Bear already at half HP, and you can see the Shadow Strikes continue to be applied by Crit. Sonic Wave. Satanic is Bear. Aether Remnant. Walks
Show
right
me
into
2ZV.
it. Fade Bolt as well. The Shadow Strike on him. They just need a little bit of right-click damage, and they get it with the last burst from Malrine. So no bear for quite a while.
He's basically dead.
ပပီဟိုနေ့အင်တာဗျူးမှာပြောတော့ကြတော့ငါတို့ကလုံးထုမကင်တတ်ဘူးဆို
So this is a big
တို့ကလုံးထုမကင်တတ်ဘူးလေဒီကောင်တွေကလုံးထုကျန်းနေတာတော့ငါတို့လုံးထုပန်းနေပါနေ
in a minute. So
အခုကျတော့လုံးထုကြီးထားကင်
things will be back into play, but a great
hold on a moment.
successful attack. And you're really seeing the limitations of Parivision's lineup when it doesn't snowball, right? It just feels like every single fight, more or less, Falcons have so many tools. They can global if they get jumped by the enemy team. They can make all the aggressive plays themselves through Void Spirit, through Tiny from Invis, through Rubik Lift. If they get a Doom off on either Quap or Necro, their fight is just over, which is exactly what happened. They doomed no one and he just didn't play.
No, Ducalis tries to go through the gate. We'll suffer the
ဘယ်
consequences.
တက်ချင်တာလဲ
Yeah, tried to Yule.
Oh, Arsenal Radiant and
stop
Wara,
the
you
offensive
saw.
play, but he has Lincolns, so
Oh, SSS.
Yeah,
Can't
yeah.
afford to die here. Do they have the vision? Oh, they get the avalanche. I don't know if they even had vision there. They
narrowly
get the
got
kill.
it just
ဒီဆောက်ဝိုးယူဖြစ်နေတာ
before.
အေး
Saw a
Negro
glimpse
Hole,
of him as they ran
Falcons.
around.
They have come back with a vengeance in this game.
Yeah,
Paragon.
well, Paul, I
close
bet
to
you, yeah.
80%.
ဒီပဲဒီလောက်ဒီလောက်
at a certain
offlane ကို
Yeah.
hero တွေတခြား hero တွေထုတ်နေရတဲ့အချိန်
It's under the condition
No,
that
no, so what on you?
really the thing about that when expectancy is first of all I
Ali
don't
Tama
really agree
asim
with
dire
it,
kon
but
you.
what I
Kau
do
tahu.
see in it is a very
ဘုံ
little
ဆိုင်လာ
margin
တော့
for
အဲ့ကောင်
error.
ဘယ်နားမှာဘာသွားသုံး
And
သုံး
I
စား
think
လို့ရတော့
that's- To be honest, I don't know if Parivision is at a level right now as a team in what they've shown in this tournament where they can execute those strategies to perfection, which is what I think it requires to consider that an 80-20.
Yeah,
making.
but why would Dota Plus take that into account though?
I don't know how. Neither of us knows how it works.
Yeah, but that's a little.
I'm looking at this from the perspective of this is, let's say this was a pub game or a high-rated pub game, and the lineups were in the game state they were. I think it's less 80-20. Because I think the Radiant lineup, courtesy of having guns and silences, is just going to exploit mistakes way better.
Isn't it? Shit,
So, I don't know.
သွားမှာပါနော်ကျွန်တော်ပြောသလိုပဲပေါင်90တော့တာလီကြော်မှာဒီကွယ်
I'm sure. I think you agree with this. That
ဖေကွန်ဆော့တယ်ကွာဖေကွန်နည်းနည်းနေနေတဲ့ချိန်
to
တွေ
be
မှာ
less accurate than they used to be. We
They're
used
all
to-
Speed
we used to
game,
agree
you're
with them
right.
more.
They are only a talking point now. They serve no other purpose. They're not useful in any
နော်
way.
ခရစ်ကိုဆိုအောက်မှာတောက်လျှောက်ကိုဖန်ခိုင်းတာ
They used to feel quite accurate. For a
No,
while.
for sure. Other than Spectre Games, is the Bear again going to try
Mm,
to
don't
frontline
get
to
me.
take out the
Oh,
Roche
let me-
banner?
我က
He
ဆောင်း
will,
ပြောဖက်
at
နေ
the cost of 1 life though. Notice applied.
Has the resummon.
It does. Wukong's command not going to last too much longer. Aegis, plenty of time for Skeeter.
So that's Wukong and a bear for a banner.
And he has a Daedalus on the way as well.
အော်ဝင်လာလေးပါ
Hitting like a truck.
ပြတ်သွားပြန်ပြီ
Satanic's Bear just standing
wait,
around,
Malau,
taking
quoi.
debuff after debuff. Mallory going to focus a little bit onto 9 class. As Amar jumps in with the Infernal Blade. Just doing some chip damage. Oh, that was more than chip damage. Goes in with the Astral Step. To be able to heal thanks to the Lotus. Mallory.
Silent
the
wala.
Global Silence. The Bear on the cover of darkness will
အဲ့လည်းတော့လည်းဘာမှမ
survive.
ကြည့်
So Global ends up kind of being wasted for Snake King.
They proc the disc of Malrine. Nicely done from Pari Vision to stall things out here. Gonna be a lot harder for Malrine to go offensive. Both disc and global used. Arguably the global may be wasted. Since he has disc, I think Malrine can play his own way out of that, so maybe a little overkill on the defense. But
ဦးလေရကျွတ်စီ
if they...
Ooh. He's gonna die for that.
Oh, you say that.
Aether Remnant though from Malrine, and now the jump in from Amar. This is gonna be the second Bear kill. How long does he have on that cooldown?
Don't you worry, it's back in 30 seconds.
I mean, that's a decent amount of time.
Yeah.
Now that the Daedalus online for Skeeter, just go high ground.
I think if... I'm expecting Londra to get nerfed after this tournament, right? I think the level 10 talent is probably where it's at.
တော့ဘာယူထားလဲပဲ25တဲလား item ယူတာပဲနော်ဒုံကမြူပါသွားတာပဲယူ ဒီကောင် score ash ကိုတော့မယူနော်
They all got removed from the game.
I
This is
think
the respawn talent.
that should literally be removed.
Yeah,
I think
that is...
you should be punished for getting 2 kills on the Bear.
Yeah. I think that'll at least be step number 1. I'm kind of surprised they put that in the game after removing all the respawn talents years ago.
Yeah,
Okay.
the jump in onto the
ဟိုတကယ်ဘာမှလုပ်လို့မရတော့ဟေးအဲ့ triple S ရဲ့ off lane ယူ
And Necro
Look on you beat on it.
back in the game. 70 seconds having to wait it out.
Okay.
As Ducalis
King.
turns into a soldier, being annoying as always. Gets jumped on, has to pop his
9 classes
BKB.
B as well. Yeah, they are under ridiculous pressure here. Just constantly...
Rubik ပြကြောင်းကလည်းစားတယ်ဟေးကွင်းတော့ဘင်းကိုစော့တာနော်ကွင်းတော့ဘင်းပေးပြီးတော့မှနောက်ကနေ Rubik လိုက်ပစ်
I'm not gonna lie. I know that this game
Beijing
is
Coco
going
Shadow Strike
really
young.
well for Paravision. I feel like if you're picking Quap, I don't know when Rubik was picked. You got to consider banning it. That is,
Yeah,
if they
that's
get
actually
Ags,
fair.
it's insanely powerful. You become a literally more powerful Quap.
ဟုတ်တယ်ကွာ Rubik ရဲ့ Shadow Strike ကဟောကွင်းတော့ဘင်းတော့ပူကျန်းသေးတယ်နော်ပူလဲကျန်းတယ်ပူလဲဝေးတယ်ဆိုပုံစံဖြစ်ဟော Ether line နဲ့ဆို Ether line မှာထဲတယ်ပြီးသွားပြီကိစ္စပြတ်
For Falcons, 2 minutes on the Aegis as the Bear in a precarious spot, trying to get Sun Raid, but they're going to get the silence. The Remnant.
ဘာသေးပြီ
Bear down
ပြီးနေ
again.
လဲသေးပြီ
Solo kills Phoenix on Malrine. No risk to initiating. They can't kill him anyway.
Mar jumping in, forcing the rest of Paravision out. And
ဘာလို့ကြဘာလို့လို့မရ
Bear for 20 seconds, so this should be another
လုံး
lane.
လို့ကဝမ်းမရှိ
Benefits of having a Tiny on your team, he can push with the best of them.
Yeah. I don't really know how Parivision deal with this at this point. Malrine has completely free fights. He constantly just jumps in and disrupts the backline with no risk of dying because their only stun is a Monkey King stun. And even if they connect that, he has disc, so they can't Reaper him.
Yeah.
It's just...
Jump in onto the Quap. He's going to get doomed. And that's the death of no one.
မင်းတို့က Lotus နဲ့ငါ link in ဟလား
Caught off guard, gets Avatos, gets killed off.
မင်းတို့ Lotus ကိုငါ
Bye back
ထည့်
to
မ
the
ယ်
Monkey King. They don't have one for no one though, but
ငါ
they're
ကျတော့
gonna
link
call
in တယ်
GG,
ဒီကလေး GG ပေါ်သွားပြီ
knowing that it's just-
ကဲ2စီသွားပါပြီ
here, and Paravision eliminated.
Oh,
here
Pari
at
Vision.
PGL Wallachia. Falcons will move on in this lower bracket.
I was going
Came
to say
out
that
at the
one
draft
was
net,
over,
eh?
but you're out of the tournament, so...
ဟောလို့လုံးထူလေးကဘာပဲပြောတာဝါတော့ချိုးလို့ရသေးတယ်လေ
Way back to
အာဒီတော့
the
ဒီကောင်လေး
hotel room, I guess that sucks.
စော့တိုင်းအ
That-
ဆင်ပြေမှာ
honestly,
ပါ
that
ဆို
was
ထင်တယ်
a bit of a...
ဆရာကြီးတွေအဆင်လည်းမပြေ
way the
ပြ
way
တ်
they
သွားတာပဲ
played out for Parivision. They took a risk with the lineup. Today they played a lot of new
Okay, ပေါ်လာတော့နောက် series မှာတွေ့ကြတာပေါ့နော်
Didn't fully seem
series
comfortable in
က
their
နောက်
elements,
series က
with everything, and the lineup here had some clear strengths and
Liquid
clear
boy လားမသိဘူး
flaws, and we saw
Liquid
both
နဲ့
sides of that
Acid
coin, but
Regen
All
နော်
in, Cinderin. Falcons
Liquidလေးကြမှာတွေ့ကြတာနော်
amazing
Okay
here in the
bye
lower
bye
bracket so far.
Yes, probably the first time we've seen them have